Very good afternoon to one and all present here. This is Aisha Jabbar Mujawar, team member of Kaash Foundation. I once again welcome you all to the second part of day 4 for the World Heritage Week celebration. Steve Berry once said, and I quote, "But to preserve our heritage is a vital link to our cultural, educational, aesthetic, inspirational, and economic legacies. All of the things that quite literally make us who we are." We hope that the delegates had an amazing experience throughout the process of the summit, right from researching about the agenda, knowing about the role of our cultural heritage, the importance of preservation, and realizing what these mute witnesses of the past have to say to the youth today, and ideas on floor, debating about it, and finally coming up with some extraordinary resolutions for the same. All of us definitely have had a great time together. To know more about the management of our heritage, I now would like to introduce to you our valedictory speaker for the afternoon, Dr. M. Nambirajan, Joint Director General, Archaeological Survey of India. Mr. Nambirajan is currently a Regional Director of Western and Southern Regions of Archaeological Survey of India, Mumbai. He will speak about he will enlighten us on the topic heritage management in Western India, issues and the challenges. Over to you, sir. Sir, you are on mute.
Good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, let me thank Dr. Rajendra Yadav of the Archaeological of India Mumbai Circle and the Kaash Foundation for inviting me to give a talk on heritage management on this World Heritage Week, which is being celebrated in India from November 19th to 25. Actually, my speech I prepared for 30 minutes, but now I have been asked to restrict to 15 or 20 minutes. So I will just try to, rush through my presentation. I'll just start with my PPT now. I'm trying to share my PPT. Yeah, I'm doing that. Can you see now? Yeah. Tell me when you can see that. Control F5. Now you can see. Aisha?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. Well. Right. Yes, all of you, I think, can see my presentation now. So today's talk, I'll be talking about management of World Heritage Sites in India, particularly. The two, I'll restrict my area to Western India, considering the time constraints. And again, when you say heritage, there are two types of heritages. One is the cultural heritage, and the other is the natural heritage. And when you talk about cultural heritage, again, it has two parts. One is the tangible heritage, and the other one is the intangible heritage. When I say tangible heritage, I mean the monuments, uh, the structures, etc., the heritage structures which you can now physically see, touch, and feel. Uh, the intangible heritage includes music, folklore, traditions, language, etc. And again, natural heritage, there are, forests and Western Ghats, etc. in India. Uh, so, what do these structures represent? They represent the human endeavor. They represent the technology of those times in which they were made. They represent all the hard work that has been put into in making these monuments. Uh, and they have been standing there for thousands and thousands of years. That's really a tribute to those masters who made these heritage structures. It's very, very important to preserve them. We all should remember that we are all only custodians of these structures. We are not the owners of these structures or monuments. We inherit these from our ancestors, preserve them as it is, and hand over to the next generation. But preservation, when you talk about preservation, we all should remember uh, the law of the nature. Everything and anything in this world deteriorates every second of it. What we see today is not what it was thousands of years back. They keep on deteriorating. So one day they will disappear. We are only trying to do preservation, to do conservation, to delay the inevitable. And they are all these structures, artifacts, etc. They are in a constant state of chemical transformation. So, apart from these natural reasons which lead to their decay or deterioration, there are also man-made reasons for their decay, like pollution, vandalism, high tourism flow, urban development, etc. So we try to preserve these structures in spite of all these factors, natural and man-made. Well, most of these buildings are built in center of a village or a town. They may be secular structures, they may be religious structures, and the local community, which stays there, which resides close to it, has a sense of belonging. It gives the society, it gives a village a sense of identity and continuity of cultural and emotional attachment. Uh, as I mentioned, the cultural heritage represent, the technology, the social and economic beliefs, etc. Uh, these structures in the Indian context are protected by the central government or by the state government, and some of them are not protected by any government agency. Some of them are with the public trust, etc. Some of them are not with anybody at all. In the Indian context, when I say monument, as per the definition of the Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act
Excuse me,
1958.
sir.
Hello?
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Can you please put your presentation on slideshow mode? It would be easy for our viewers.
Yeah. Okay. Aisha.
Yes, sir.
In as per the ancient monuments and archaeological sites and remains Act 1958, a monument to be declared as a monument has got it has to fulfill certain parameters. It has to be basically at least of 100 years old. It has to have archaeological importance, historical importance, or aesthetic importance to declare it as a centrally protected monuments. The similar acts are there in most of the states in India. Talking about heritage buildings again should have historical buildings, but they are not protected under the central or state acts. Most of these state governments have listed heritage buildings which are of historically important, but mostly most of them are modern buildings, maybe 100 years old or 80 or 75 years old, but they have some connection to the history of that region. These listed buildings are covered under the heritage acts of the state government, or they are simply declared as included in the master plans of the towns and metros. Mm, in India, we have monuments located in different climatic conditions. India is such a vast country where we have monuments on the coastal regions. We have monuments in the desert conditions. We have monuments in the uh, icy, terrains. We have monuments deep inside forests. So the different climatic conditions do affect these monuments. And again, the monuments are made of varied material. They are made of granite, schist, made of wood, made of mud, made of bricks, etc. So obviously, conserving these monuments, protecting these monuments is a very, very big challenge. The urban development again is an issue in preserving these heritage structures. Uh, Urban development, the expansion of the cities, when the huge buildings are constructed, the airports are built, etc., they do affect, these monuments. Growth of industry again lead to, expansion in space of these, structures. They do encroach upon the heritage land. And again, the pollution created by the industries do affect these monuments. Increase in vehicular population is again an issue. Tourism development, yes. Most of the archaeologists would say the less number of tourists, the better. So the tourists, when they come in thousands, they do put pressure on these structures. The vandalism also, increases as the tourist inflow increases. So the creating a cultural awareness among the town planners, among the industrialists, among the government, among the local community is one of the responsibilities of the heritage managers. Proper conservation is an issue where we need more and more people to be trained in proper conservation. We need structural engineers, we need archaeologists, we need scientists in preserving these monuments. Uh, what are the guidelines? What are these acts? Our legal support is there. All this should be drafted into the master plans of these cities, and any team which involved in this heritage management should consist of historians, archaeologists, town planners, landscape architects, conservation experts, structural engineers, etc. Uh, what is the role of the government in heritage management? India, Article 49. says that it shall be the obligation of the state to protect every monument or place or object of importance. It may be historical, as I mentioned, historical, important, etc. So we have to protect it from the spoliation, disfigurement, destruction, as the case may be. Then the 74th Amendment says that it gives the powers to the local bodies to be proactive. This is what I was talking about: cultural awareness and involving the local communities, etc. Here, the 74th Amendment gives the power to the local bodies, local panchayats, etc., to actively involve in conservation of these structures in their area. The ASI has declared 692 monuments and sites as of national importance. There are state government acts, as I mentioned. State departments of Arkansas also have protected thousands of monuments under their act. I will not be going into the mandate of the ASIs and state departments. Generally, I will say they're all very, very important in preservation and protection of the heritage structures and heritage management. These acts, do. What these acts do is they give a sort of, they protect the ambience around the monuments. We have these protected areas which have been declared protected under the acts, and then surrounding, as per the Central Act, 300 meters surrounding these monuments, where the constructions, new constructions, repairs, mining, etc., are regulated and monitored. So this gives protection to the ambience of these monuments. It controls, it leads to a sort of planned urban development around these structures. But at the same time, there has to be sustainable development, sustainable tourism. So we do allow constructions, but with certain terms and conditions around these structures. The most important issue is maintaining the visual impact. Taking care of the visual impact. You can't have high-rise buildings, surrounding these monuments, which actually affect the visual, effect of these monuments. Obviously, to spoil the mar the visual impact. These are a picture which gives indication of location of the World Heritage Sites in the world. In India, we have 1121 heritage properties in the world. 39 are transboundary. Transboundary, is a nomination where you have monuments declared as World Heritage in across 2, 3, or 10 countries. 869 of these 1121 are cultural properties, 213 are natural properties, 39 are mixed property. Now, what is this mixed property? Mixed property, where the cultural and natural features are noticed, they are recognized, and they are declared as mixed properties. In India, we have 28 cultural sites, 2 railway properties, 7 natural sites, and a transboundary 1. The transboundary, as I mentioned, is the Chandigarh. Le Corbusier's architectural marvels are declared across the country in France and India and other countries, and Chandigarh is part of it. So it's a transboundary. We have 2 railway properties, the CST, Chhatrapati Shivaraj Maharaj Terminus in Mumbai, and mountain railways of Shimla and Nilgiris are declared as properties, World Heritage properties. And we have national, natural properties such as Sundarbans, Kaziranga Natural Park, etc. Western Ghats, again, they all come under natural properties. Of these 28 cultural properties, which includes Taj Mahal, Ajanta, Ellora, group of temple, Tanjavur, etc. 22 of them are under the ASI, and the rest of them are the state governments or the public trust. In Western India, we have 11 World Heritage properties. This is the list. We have World Heritage in Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and now we may have to add one more. Very soon, Dholavira has been proposed for World Heritage listing, and maybe the team will inspect Dholavira by the end of December. We hope to have one more in the Western region in 2021. These are some of the pictures of the World Heritage property in India and the Western India. Yeah. So Western India, we have forts, we have caves, we have paintings in Ajanta, we have step wells, we have Ahmedabad, the city, historic city of Ahmedabad, and we have the British Art Deco in Mumbai. These are some of the World Heritage properties out of 11. This is about cultural heritage management. It talks about what are the important steps we have to do for the proper heritage management, like documentation, interpretation, maintenance, preservation of these cultural sites. Uh, so I'm just rushing through. So apart from all this whatever mentioned, documentation, conservation, etc., the cultural awareness among the public, the involvement of the local community, educating the state governments, the town planners is also very, very important. We have to create, sort of sense of belonging. We in the government, either it is central government or the state government alone cannot do this work. We need the support of the NGOs. There are many NGOs in, across the country. They are very actively involved in spreading the message of importance of heritage and heritage management. These are some of the criteria to declare, World Heritage, and the criteria number 2 is, on that the historic city of Ahmedabad has been declared as, World Heritage property. Now you can see the, Google map. So how difficult it is to do the heritage management. When the population is, runs into thousands and thousands in a particular area where you have 58 World Heritage properties. The marking shows, that you can see the red line. That's the fort area, the old city. Inside is, a thriving business center, and there you have 58 monuments. Obviously, it's very, very difficult to do the conservation, regulating and monitoring the development in such an area. It's really a challenge. So within that fort area, we have 54 ASI protected monuments, and there are state protected monuments. It's really, really a challenge. This again gives an idea. As I mentioned that in under the Central Act, apart from the protected area, we have the regulated and prohibited areas. It's up to 300 meters from the protected area, and this is a buffer zone. Blue, is the protected area surrounding that yellow line is the 300 meters. So when the monuments are located so close, they overlap into each other's regulated and prohibited areas. This is outside the fort area of Ahmedabad, where the modern city is, developing. The Ahmedabad government is, very proactive. What do they do is that they exchange when somebody wants to, construct in the World Heritage area. The area equal to that is given outside the World Heritage area at the free of cost, but they pay the landowner whose property is inside the World Heritage area. So he is also financially compensated, and the World Heritage area is also construction in these areas is also monitored and regulated. These are some of the structures in Ahmedabad. In the World Heritage Area, Rani Rupati Mahal, Mosque, Takshashil Ki Haveli. So this is all about Ahmedabad. I mentioned that they have a scheme of exchanging the land in the World Heritage Area. Of course, when it is a thriving business center, the people are not willing to move out so easily. Similarly in Mumbai, the Mumbai Corporation also has a similar scheme. Mumbai faces, as all of us know, that it cannot expand horizontally. It has to go vertically only because there is not surrounded by sea all the sides. What do they do again? They allow the builder to construct vertically. They increase the heights. They don't allow them to expand vertically. And that's how Mumbai is growing vertically. They also compensate the landowners financially in the World Heritage Area and give them equal land in size outside the World Heritage Area. Rani Ki Vav is stepped well in Gujarat. We had an issue with the railway line coming closer to their property, and so we have to enter into a lot of negotiations and convince them to shift the line away from the World Heritage property. Though it is located somewhat a semi-urban area, the population growth is one major issue where the construction and all is to be regulated close to the World Heritage property. Yeah, this site plan, shows the World Heritage property. You know, upper portion you can see that town of Patan is there, and it is expanding. So we take all the precautions, not to allow construction closer to the World Heritage property and try to shift it, to the other side. This gives an idea of Rani Ki Vav, how it was in 1930. It was, in fact, covered under the debris. And so as I started removing these debris it took nearly 20 to 30 years to remove the debris. And now, you can see the picture on the right side, how it looks now. Some of the beautiful sculptures in the stepped well. Mumbai, I already mentioned. This is the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus. Previously, it was Victoria terminus. It became Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus. Now it is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus. It's a railway property, and it is maintained by the railways only. This I already mentioned. The Mumbai model is similar to the Ahmedabad model, where the landowners are compensated adequately by the state government. So similar schemes in other cities also will save a lot of heritage sites. In Rajasthan, apart from the agriculture of India, some of the forts, declared as World Heritage property are under the control of the state government. So, in order to have, coordination between the central government and the state government, we have, Apex Advisory Committee headed by the Chief Secretary of the Rajasthan government, where ASI is also a party, and all these regulations by the state acts and the central acts are drafted into the master plans of the cities wherever they are located, like Chittorgarh, Jaisalmer, etc. So all these development activities are taken care. And this committee also monitors the conservation works, landscaping, etc. in the World Heritage property. Chittorgarh and Kumbhalgarh Chittorgarh, was declared as World Heritage in 2013. We had a problem of, mining activity coming up near. When I say mining, it is not near, not in the 300 meters or so. It was, coming up in 1 kilometer area away from the monument, but we had to take legal actions to stop that. Now the court has said you can't have mining activity up to 2 kilometers from the Chittorgarh fort. Of course, NGOs, we need the help of these NGOs in supporting the government to reach the message to the local community, the importance of protecting our natural and cultural heritage. Tourism and urban development is very, very essential, to the economy of any country. But it has to be, take care of the heritage also. There has to be a balance between development and heritage. And that's where we all have to work together. The central government, the state government, the NGOs, and even the public. The message should reach the public that it is their property, and we in government or NGOs, we are only trying to help the local community. With this, I conclude my speech. Again, I thank the ASI Mumbai Circle and Kaash Foundation for inviting me to give this talk in the valedictory session. Thank you. Aisha?
Thank you, Dr. M. Nagarajan. Sir, the presentation as well as your words were extremely insightful. I would now like to invite our youth coordinator for Model UNESCO Youth Summit 2020, Ms. Khushi Rathod, to kindly take the proceedings ahead.
A very good afternoon to everyone. This is our final moment altogether. A long road, but a road worth taking. A long road and the voyage of discovery. A long road brimming with experiences and skills. Today's passionate debate were a proof of our ability to appreciate the complexity of the world we live in and understand the range of issues at stake and search for solutions for global concern. Also, I can vouch and cite that has this conference has brought positive changes in every associate in some or the other way, and the takeaways are significant. Today's conference would not have been possible without the support of our professor, Dr. Nishikant Jha. He is the senior professor at Thakur College of Science and Commerce. He is also the core committee member of Kaash Foundation. Thank you, sir, and the members of Kaash Foundation for putting that faith and trust in us and extending the support at the time of need. Coming to the management and the organizing staff, I thank them for the immense contribution to the development of this conference. Talking about the conference, how can I not mention the manners of 2020? We had only one committee, but all the 23 delegates made the in-committee debates thought-provoking and attention-grabbing with the valuable. Our delegates were from pan-India, ranging from Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Assam, etc. I take this moment to thank all the EB members and delegates for their outstanding participation. It was because of your contribution that this conference was so successful. Now, I would like to call upon the delegate of United States of America to share his experiences with us. Over to you, delegates.
Thank you, Khushi. I would like to thank the Kaash Foundation for organizing the UNESCO Youth Model Summit. Conference like this always are the great initiatives to educate children through an interactive and in different manner. The committee in which I was the forum of ministers of cultures. Agenda being the restoration and safeguarding of the natural cultural heritage property. The committee went good through the discussion, and most amazing thing which happened in the committee during the discussion was the delegate of Saudi Arabia declared itself on the position that it has illegally demolished and destroyed the heritage properties across the globe and other nations. Being commenting that USA is behind in doing all these things which Saudi Arabia has already done was very interesting and debateful. I would like to thank the chair and the vice chairs for smoothly and nicely moderating the debate throughout the sessions. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Kaash Foundation as well.
Now, now I would like to call upon the delegate of Saudi Arabia to share her insights.
Thank you for having me here. First, I would like to thank Kaash Foundation for this organization, for the organized. It was a great meeting. All the delegates and most of the delegates were first timers, and this experience was great. And throughout the meeting, we gained a lot of good knowledge about the countries and happening around us, and we got to know about the heritage. We Why do we need to safeguard and restore? Also, my fellow delegate who said that Saudi Arabia accepted the destruction, but all the delegate of USA also broke certain foreign policies, and also overall it was all fun. Thank you so much.
Lastly, thank you all for directly or indirectly being connected and being a part of this model UNESCO Youth Summit. Your presence and blessings do matter. Hope this learning experience remains etched in everyone's heart forever. Without much ado, let's call the Vice Chairperson, Nipa Dharod and Mithil Inamdar to declare the prizes. Over to you. I request Mithil Inamdar and Nipa Dharod to declare the prizes.
I think Nepa has been talking, but we can't hear her. No, we can't hear you. Okay, anyway, so I'll take it from here. This committee was a very interesting one. The agenda at hand was also very interesting, and keeping into consideration the time constraint, the debate quality was good, and the objections, there were not a lot of objections, and the ROP which was used was also helpful to the first timers because this committee had a lot of first timers in this conference. So without further ado, I'll just announce the winners. Like if Nipa, your problem is clear, then you can also. No, you're not. Okay, anyway, I'll go forward with this. I'll first start with the verbal mentions. The verbal mentions in no particular order go to the delegate of China and the delegate of France. Congratulations, guys. The next is the special mention, which is again not in any particular order. It goes to the delegate of Canada and the delegate of Turkey. The next award, which is the High Commentation Award, goes to the delegate of USA. Good points were made, but as noted by Saudi Arabia as well, there was some foreign policy violations which have been noted. And the best delegate, drumroll, best delegate goes to the delegate of Japan. Congratulations, guys. Keep running and hope to see you guys in future conferences as well. Also, thank you for Kaash Foundation for this platform and the opportunity to be present at this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mithil and Nipa. Congratulations to all the winners. We also have with us our Professor Coordinator, Dr. Nishikant Jha. I would like him to share his experiences and insights on today's conference. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kushi, for giving me this opportunity. I am very happy to be part of Kaash Foundation I'm also very thankful to all the participants. To be very precise and particular, we had a participation from Gujarat, from Assam, and UP, and many colleges of Mumbai. So, without your support, it would not have been possible. And I'm also very, thankful to Kushi and Pamela for, managing this entire event effectively. We are also thankful to all, moderators of the event who have done wonderful job throughout the session, and of course, our chief guest, Nimbarajan sir, who is coming for this valedictory session and encouraging the youth and to the student youth wing of Kaash Foundation for this initiative. And we all are under one umbrella, which is Kaash Foundation, and we have our leader, none other than Dr. Avkas sir. So it's a really great learning opportunity for all the learners. Uh, it might be feasible or possible that few winners have been announced, but for me, all who have participated for this MUN is the winner. So all the very best for all the participants, even though you have not won the prize here, but there is, as they have rightly stated, this is the first event for you. Many of you are experiencing it first time, so there is long way for you to go. You should be thankful to Kaash Foundation for giving you this opportunity, and definitely you are going to have many others winning in your life. Thank you once again, and over to you, Kushi.
Sir, thanks to you once again for putting that faith and trust in us and extending the support at the time of need. I would like to end by saying few lines by Henry Ford. Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. It is today that I have understood the true meaning of this day. Thank you so much. Over to you, Aisha.
Thank you, Khushi. On behalf of Kaash Foundation Center for Academic and Professional Development, I once again thank our valedictory speaker, Dr. M. Nambirajan. We also would like to thank our keynote speaker, Dr. Lily Want, Dean of School of Arts, Languages and Literature, University of Kashmir, India, who enlightened us with her immense knowledge today morning on the topic Culture and Sustainable Development, Perspectives and Prospects. And I would also like to thank our special guest, Dr. Rajendra Yadav, Superintendent Mumbai Circle Archaeological Survey of India, who spoke on the topic Relevance of Heritage of India. We also thank our executive board members, Ms. Sanjana Mishra, Mithil Inamdar, and Nipa Dharod, our delegates, the organizing committee members, the professor coordinator, Dr. Nishikant Jha. We also thank Pamela Dhonde, our core committee member of Kaash Foundation, our youth coordinator, Ms. Khushi Rathod, and all the members of Kaash Foundation, without whose constant support and guidance, this summit wouldn't have witnessed such resounding success. Those of you who couldn't win in the summit, we have another opportunity for you all. We are delighted to let you all know that you can also participate tomorrow, the 23rd of December, in Kaash Foundation's Khoj e Darohar, an international quiz competition on UNESCO World Heritage Sites of SAARC countries. The competition will be graced by some of the most eminent scholars. Our keynote speaker for the quiz will be Mr. Rajesh Kamath, founder, Chanakya Consulting Insights, co-founder, co-facilitator, MTHR Global and MTHR Global CXO Forum, facilitator. Our valedictory speaker will be Dr. Rashmi Jeta, Associate Professor, History, Government Postgraduate College, Damoh, Madhya Pradesh, India. The quiz will be streamed live on Kaash Foundation's YouTube channel. And we assure you all that you will definitely enjoy watching this one of its kind online quiz. With this, we come to an end of our program. Once again, thank you everyone for making this Model UNESCO Youth Summit 2020 a huge success. This is Aisha Jabbar Mujawar, team member of Kaash Foundation, signing off from the fourth day of World Heritage Week celebrations. Thank you.